irregular plural nouns. So you know, guys, that nouns can be regular and irregular. Regular nouns is, for example, in singular, a book, and plural, books. So we end s. Or a chair and chairs. We also end s. So actually, regular nouns have endings s and es in the end. But there are some irregular plural nouns. Don't you know about that, guys? No? Oh my god, it's terrible. Alright, so before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Mark. I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching English for thousands and thousands of years. Okay, but before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell button not to miss my classes. So guys, let's talk about irregular nouns, irregular plural nouns. And the first rule is with those words that end in f in singular. And they change for ve plus s in plural. For example, a knife, knives. So you see that f is changed for ve, ves, knives. You know a knife? Yeah. A loaf of bread, yeah. We change for ves as well. F for ves, loaves. A calf, this is like the child of a cow, a calf. Calves, ves. Shelf, you know, to put books on the shelf. Shelves. And wolf, oh, wolves. F for ves, wolves. The second rule is that some words that have double O in the root of the word in singular change for double E in the root of the word in plural. For example, food, feet. You know that the part of the leg is foot, double O. Changes, we change for E, double E, feet. Tooth, we change for teeth. And goose is like a bird. We change for geese. So many geese, one goose. The third rule is the words that have the ending en in plural. For example, ox, like a bull, ox, has the ending en at the end in plural. Oxen, ox, oxen. And the same rule is with children. Child in singular and children in plural. The fourth rule is the easiest because in singular and plural the words have the same word. I mean, swine, swine. Swine is a pig, yes? Swine, swine. Trout is a kind of fish. Trout, trout. Tuna is again a sort of fish. Tuna, tuna. Fish, fish also, but sometimes fish can be fishes. Bison, bison, bison. Like sheep, you know? Like an animal, a domestic animal. Sheep, sheep. And deer, an animal with the horns in the forest. Deer. Fifth rule, guys, is very interesting because these are words that come from Latin. So words coming from Latin ending in um and on have the plural forms ending in a. For example, datum, it's an item of information, datum, and the plural form is data. Data. Erratum, errata. So erratum is a typo, sort of a mistake. Curriculum and curricular. What is a curriculum? Curriculum is the subjects comprising a course of study in schools. It can be American curriculum, can be British curriculum in schools. Phenomenon and phenomena. Phenomena is an occurrence or a kind of fact. Phenomenon. So the next rule, the sixth one, is about words having ous in the root change for ic in the root of the word in plural. There are two words like that. They are louse, you know, it's a small fly like insect in the hair of a person. Louse, lice. And mouse, you know, Tom and Jerry. Tom is a cat, mouse is Jerry. Mouse, mice. Okay guys, so one more interesting rule about the words that came from Latin and have the ending us at the end in singular, have I in plural. So, for example, cactus is a plant in the desert. Cacti. So I we pronounce as I. Cacti. Focus, like the center of attention. Foci, plural. And radius, like in the circle, radius. Radii. So now the words coming from Greek ending in is. This is the eighth rule. And they have the ending es in plural. But the pronunciation would be different. For example, analysis, analysis, es. Crisis, crisis, like crisis in economy, in the economy of the country, crisis in the United States, the world crisis. Ellipsis, ellipses, es. and diagnosis, like when a doctor gives you a diagnosis. The ninth rule, guys, is the words coming from Latin ending in ex have the ending ces in plural. For example, index, indices. So here we have ex, and we change ex for ces, or even a ices. And apex, like the highest point of the geographical figure, apex, apices, 2 words. The 10th rule is words coming from Latin and having the ending a in singular, so they have the ending ae in plural. For example, lave, lavi. So ae would be pronounced as e, lavi. Lave is the insect issuing from the egg of the egg insect. And alumni, alumni. Alumni is the graduate, she graduate from the university, the former graduate. And algae, algae. So algae is a seaweed. And the last one, guys, is the 11th rule, some other irregular plural forms that were not mentioned, like quiz, quizzes. Yes, double Z. We double the letter Z. A man, here is a, and men. Like we write men, plural, like we have e here. A woman in singular, and women. Instead of a, we have e. And person, sometimes we can say persons, but very rarely. Person, people. So guys, what other irregular plural nouns have you faced? Please comment below, subscribe to my channel, give a like to this video, and click the bell button not to miss my classes. Okay, bye.